anything. It's so
time
tricky.
for yay or nay. First up, former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee is trying to impose term limits on Supreme Court justices who currently serve life terms. Give me a moment here, people, because apparently my mic is not on. When do you ever see this on live television? Very often. There we go. In a speech.
Let me fix you.
No, thank you. Appreciate it.
Try it now.
Perfect, thank you. In a speech over the weekend, the governor saying, quote, if the president who appoints them can serve 8 years, the person they appoint should never serve 40. That has never made sense to me. It defies that sense of public service. Mr. Huckabee makes a pretty valid point there, but Article 3 of the Constitution, as we all know, says otherwise. Quote, the judges, both of the Supreme and inferior courts, shall hold their offices during good behavior, spelled in the British way, and shall, at stated times, receive for their services a compensation which shall not be diminished during their continuance in office. So, should there be term limits placed on Supreme Court justices, yay or nay, Rick Unger?
Nay. And I'll tell you why I disagree with Governor Huckabee. You know, one of the things that our founders were clever enough to realize was the benefit of continuity. And this absolutely comes from where they had come from the king in England. And we've seen this discussed a lot recently with the Queen and all the prime ministers she's had. The Supreme Court is the one place that we have where you have people who have seen a lot and seen the sway of how things have gone in our country. That's a real advantage, and I wouldn't throw that away so quickly.
Heather.
I agree, except that I would hope that the justices would know enough to know when they should step down. And I feel like sometimes, like right now, we have a justice who is older and who falls asleep during the State of Union.
Only because she had a couple glasses of wine.
But perhaps, I feel as though perhaps she's staying because of politics and who will be appointing who. And I just think that it is probably, people need to know when it's time.
Bill?
Well, I agree, and I go nay too as well, because as compelling as Rick's argument is, I oppose the election of judges because it becomes a political issue. If you impose term limits, it becomes a political issue, and God knows we'd never have a full sitting Supreme Court ever again because everybody would be held up in Congress and nobody would ever be approved.
I'm a nay as well, under the rule of what he said. So who's more threatening, Vladimir Putin, Bashir al-Assad, that's the Syrian president, or Barack Obama? According to a new Reuters IPOSO poll, the answer may not be as obvious as you think. 34%, that's a third, consider President Obama an imminent threat to what? Not quite sure. Ahead of Russian President Vladimir Putin, who only got 25%, and the aforementioned Syrian president, Bashir al-Assad, who has that funny mouth, he only got 23%. So, is President Obama more of a threat than Putin or Assad, yay or nay, Bill Tucker?
Yes. Because nature abhors a vacuum. He's a weak president, and a weak president of the largest country, most powerful country in the world is a bad.
Wow, it wasn't even a yay, that was a yes. Go ahead, Heather.
You know, I don't think he's more of a threat in an existential way, but I understand why people think so, because he has more immediate impact in every aspect of our lives than either of the others two that you named.
Rick?
You know, I was going to say something really insulting, and now I can't because Bill said yes.
Go ahead. You can
I don't know what to
You can
say.
insult
How
him.
can
It's
you
all right.
possibly believe that? Look, you may not like the president, but he is our president, and he does not wish us harm. And
It
you
has
can't.
nothing to do with
yes,
wishing.
it
It has
does.
nothing to
You
do
can't
with
say the
wishing
same
harm.
about those other two people. That's just terrible. I just be. I'm.
Okay.
You've
Bill.
made
We
me
gotta go.
speechless.
We gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm a nay because the questions is the problem here. Imminent threat you might not want to go with.
Questions
Imminent
offended.
threat.
Yes. Anyway, now we have to turn to a rather sad story. Jon Stewart and Comedy Central have officially named Stewart's successor, Trevor Noah. And we join all of you at home in saying to no one in particular, Trevor who? While he has a long resume, the relatively unknown South African comedian has appeared on the show only 3 times before, making him an odd choice to fill Stewart's shoes. So, can newbie Trevor Noah do the job, yay or nay, Heather Hansen?
I don't think so. I don't think anybody can fill those shoes. If he makes it a totally different show with a totally different lineup, then maybe, but I don't think so.
Rick, you worked in
I
there too?
haven't got a clue. I've never seen him. He may be awesome. I don't know.
I literally don't know Mike Trevor who.
Yeah.
And to
He's been
Heather's
on 3
point,
times.
he's got to sit in Jon Stewart's stand.
I'll give him a chance.
Okay, yep, give him a chance. I am a nay because you never want to be the guy who follows the guy. You want to be the guy who follows the guy, but not the guy who follows the guy. Anyway, finally, all she wanted was a slushie. And we all get those late night cravings, Rick does, and that could send some of us driving to the 7-Eleven at pretty weird hours. But when a 4-year-old girl from Philadelphia got a hankering for a slushie, she didn't ask her parents to go get her one. She grabbed her purple raincoat and she set out on her own. Yep, you heard me right. 4-year-old jumping on a Philadelphia bus at 3 a.m., chanting, quote, all I want is a slushie, unquote. Should the little girl get free Slurpees for life, yay or nay? We only got 15 seconds
Yes.
to go.
No, she should get punished.
Yay! Love that girl.
Oh.
Yay, but her parents they should call diapers or something, because how'd she get out of the house in the first place? Anyway, thank you, panel. We'll see you tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. I'm Joe Concha saying good night and good luck.